Oh, you get down. Go on. Mommy wants you to get down. Come on. Bella Trasati. You can't be up here. Come on. Can you please get down? Come on. Can you get down? Hello, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Sorry, my cat is like I can't keep her out of the room or she hits the knobs on the door. And then when
Oh gosh,
it's a
I know. I have three dogs, so I understand it completely.
So how is everybody today? It's a beautiful day here in Annapolis. Hey, Tina. Long time no
Hey,
see.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I'm glad you're here.
Yes, here I am.
I saw Tina this morning. She was in my Pilates class.
Oh,
She's
Oh,
awesome.
one of my
so
favorite
good.
classes,
It's one of my favorite classes too.
right? You just pull
Yeah.
back, and it was nice to see Janine bring her husband. I was like, you go.
Oh, I was wondering if that was her husband. I've never met him before. So
Yes, that
that's
was
her
Tim.
husband. Oh,
So
that's so cool.
they both retired this year, and I think part of it is that they're trying to do things that they don't normally do. And so I think bringing
Oh,
him into Pilates was good for him.
absolutely. He's never done it before.
He had never done it before.
Oh, wow.
She
That's
said
so
he was
cool.
home. He was reading a book about Pilates and trying to do Pilates movements through a book. And she's like,
Yeah.
why don't you just come to class with Karen? And so he
Awesome.
came. So
Yeah, I heard him say, oh, it's hard.
yeah,
It is
I
hard.
think Nana's surprised when you do Pilates. It's funny.
Yeah.
So we'll give everybody a few minutes to get on here. And I am recording this, just I know a lot of folks couldn't come on today. So, but it's always nice to number one meet. So if you guys can come on and show your face if you want, or if you just want to listen, that's fine too. I'll kind of go through everything because I invited just new clients to this one. Um, Tomorrow I'm doing another one. So if you want to come back tomorrow and ask more questions, you can just ask me for the Zoom link. That one is for folks who are kind of already in the rounds. And so you'll always have, I usually do a Zoom a week so that you'll have the ability to come online and talk to me this way. And then obviously you guys know you have contact with me through email and through my coaching text number. So that is where most people touch base with me, is on that coaching number. Karen checks that every day, many times throughout the day. So I always promise you I'll answer within 24 hours. I typically answer within a couple hours, but I just say the 24 hours because I don't want you to think I'm ever ignoring you. But that coaching number is where you want to reach out and send me any questions you have, guys, during the day. And then I will check it as I'm working throughout the day and I'll respond pretty quickly. So if you ever have questions about something, just text that number and Karen is pretty darn responsive. All right, let's get started. And again, I am going to be videotaping this. So number one, welcome to the Faster Way with me as your coach. You have chosen an amazing program. I've done probably every program that exists. My basement is full of filing cabinets with every program that has been out there. So I've done them all. I've done the vegan shred, I've done Jesse Hillenberg, I've done the sculpted vegan, I've done a lot of different programs. And when I found the Faster Way, I felt like it was finally a program that was not only comprehensive because it combined the nutrition and the exercise together, but it was also something I felt like was a lifestyle and something that was teachable and doable for all of us. It is the way I live and breathe. Um, I do track my macros. I've gotten to the point where I'm an intuitive eater, but I always, if I ever get off track, I know I have that tool in my toolbox that I can just pull it out and start tracking to get myself back on track. So you've picked a program that is an amazing program. What I will tell you is to stick with it. Tell yourself you're going to commit to it for the 6 weeks. Yes, tracking is a pain in the butt sometimes, but it's a skill that you do want to learn. And then when you're going to be like me, you'll walk away having that skill for the rest of your life. So tell yourself for 6 weeks, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. Week one and two, you're going to be pretty committed, right? We always are in the beginning when we sign up for things. I'm going to be honest with you, week three and four, they're going to be your tougher weeks. And those are the weeks. It's just like when I teach a boot camp at the club. I see people start to dwindle away. To tell yourself you're not going to do that this time. Make this the last program you ever sign up for. Complete it, and I promise you, you will walk away with lifelong lessons that you'll have forever. So trust the program and trust yourself. Sometimes I have to say to myself, I'm going to do this, right? I've picked something I know is going to be sustainable for a lifetime. Tell yourself and trust yourself to complete the program. So let's talk about what to expect. You guys are in week 1. And week 1 is just to kind of prep yourself and get used to using the app. It's going in and trying out some recipes. It's getting used to the workouts, etc. Week 2 is where we get down to the kind of the nitty gritty and we start tracking. And the reason we don't do it in the first week, guys, is because we don't want to overwhelm you. This first week, I want you to focus on eating whole foods. So as opposed to grabbing, if you're somebody who is used to really grabbing packaged foods, always think about it. If it's coming out of a package, in most instances, it's not going to be a whole food. And it's not that we want life where you're never eating out of a package. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying 80% of the time you do want to be putting whole food nutrition into your body. What does that mean? It means it comes from a mother or it comes from the ground. It's usually one ingredient. So this week was to focus on that, to try to get rid of the processed food. Number 2, I wanted you to try to start a fasting protocol. I would start, if you've never done fasting before, I would start with a 12-hour off, 12-hour on. That one is a very natural way. You go to bed at night, and when you wake up, hopefully you're getting 7 or 8 hours of sleep, and then you just prolong that a little bit to make it 12 hours. If you've done fasting before and you're feeling pretty comfortable with it and you want to up it to 14-10, that would be the next jump. And if you're just somebody who loves fasting and you know you can do it, you could do the 16-8. I do 16-8, but Tina will tell you I'm usually in the club teaching classes in the morning. And so I fast until I'm done teaching my classes until 11 o'clock. And that's only because, to be honest with you, I don't want to have food up to here while I'm trying to teach and talk and yell and scream.
Right.
That nature. So Karen
Great.
does do the fasting until 11. You guys can figure out what makes sense for you. It has to be something that is sustainable. I don't want you to do something that you feel like this is just too much. This is ridiculous. It's not sustainable. I can't sit down and eat with my family. I want it to be a sustainable protocol. Of all the pillars of the program, this one is the most flexible, and this is the one that has to work for you and for your life. So if you do have young kids, you're not going to want to do the 16-8. I would be upfront with you. You're probably going to want to do the 12-12. If you're very social and you know that you have a lot of social events, you're probably not going to want to do the 16-8. So make it something that makes sense. Let's talk about hydration. So this first week was about hydrating. I would take my body weight in ounces. Let's say you weigh 200 pounds. You want to take half of that. That's how many ounces of water you want to drink in a day. So if you weigh 200, you want to drink 100 ounces. If you weigh 150, you want to drink 75 ounces. So take the number, put that into your app, and then that is your goal for the day. If we go to the app, I kept my phone out so we can look at the app. Karen's very competitive with herself. I'm a person to a fault.
Sure.
But I like to get my little stars. You see, I got all my stars except for my 5th one. You get a star for each thing that you do. So I've done my fasting. I got a star for that. I've done hydration. I got a star for that. I went for a walk. I wake up every morning at 5:30 in the morning. I go out and I do a walk. It's more for meditation, but it's my way of starting my day. So I hit that little sneaker. If you guys hit that sneaker, you can log a walk and you can put in how many, if you went for an hour, if you went for 2 hours, if you went for 45 minutes. It does not log the steps, but it will log the walk. You get a star for that. So get your stars. Workout. So today, for example, I did not do their workout, but I did teach a Pilates class that was rather, Tina will,
Oh, yeah.
it was hard. So I can't log my own workout, neither can you. but I'm
Right.
going to get a star for a workout because I certainly did a workout. So I'm going to hit any of the workouts and say I completed it.
Okay.
That's how you log a workout that you did on your own. You didn't do the faster ways, but you want to get credit for your workout. So just, we're kind of lying and saying, not that I'm promoting lying, but you are going to get credit for your workout. So that's how you do that. You cannot log your steps. You cannot log different workouts into the app. You can just log our workouts and log our steps. And that brings me to, I think some people come with the notion that if you were somebody who was counting calories and you liked to put in your workouts because you like to see how many calories your workout burned. So in a typical day, I probably burn, from teaching my classes and doing everything I do, I probably burn 1,200 calories. I've already factored that into my macros. I've already factored, when I've sent you your custom macros, I've already factored your activity level into your macros. So we never want to negate any exercise we do. So yes, if you did a strength training workout, we're not going to have you subtract the calories because I've already factored that into your nutrition. So you guys need to remember that that's why we don't really on the app allow you to put in your own workouts, because we don't want you to think I can take away calories or I can take away macros. It's already been factored in. The other thing you want to do this week is, so we did the hydration, we did the whole foods, we did the fasting, and then just getting used to our workouts. So if you're brand new to working out, I would tell you to do the foundation workouts. Those are going to be very slow. They're going to talk about cueing. They're going to talk about form. If you're someone who has been working out for a while, you do not want to do the foundation workouts because you're going to say, oh my Lord, they just go on forever. They're talking, they keep going over form. You want to do whatever other workout is featured that day. And if you do the workout and then I had somebody email me this morning and say, I did the workout, but it felt too easy. So if it felt too easy, then I'm going to tell you, you probably need to up your weights. So if you're someone who's been lifting 3 and 5 pound weights for the past 5 years, it's probably time to go up to 8s and 10s. If you've been doing 8s and 10s, then it's probably time to go up to 12 and 15. So I would go up in maybe 3 to 5 pound increments to the point where you're challenged, and to the point where when they're doing a workout, not only do you feel challenged, but when they take the 40-second break, I need you to need the break. I always need the break. I'm always sitting down, going, oh, we got to start again. So that's the point I want you to be at. I want you to say, oh my goodness, could you give me 10 more seconds? Now, you guys don't have in the app at this point, they do have advanced workouts for folks who go through the 6-week program. They are amazing. They are 40 minutes long and they include 4 sets, which is typically how I work out if I go up onto the weight room floor, if I'm working out. If you stay in the program, that will come onto your app after the 6 weeks. I think they do include one in there for you guys to sample. If you ever get a chance, sample it. Those are amazing. When I'm here at my house on the weekends, I will typically go into my little office and do a weight room workout in my little office with my weights. But I make sure I'm challenged. All right, so that's what to expect each week. Let's go over the nutrition. So obviously we've learned over the years how important protein is. If you've done your assessment for me, I had a big group this time, so I go through those singularly. And if you've gotten my response, you'll know it's a very detailed response. So if I haven't done your assessment yet, I should be able to finish everybody's by today or tomorrow. But the response I give you is in accordance to what you've told me in the assessment. And what I do is I take all that information and Karen sits down and I customize your nutrition. I give you numbers that are specific to you for your goals. So if you, for example, if you're somebody coming out of keto, for example, then I probably kept your carbs a little lower. If you're someone who's using a GLP, then I'm doing it to match that, to make sure you're getting protein. If you're somebody who is just really carb shy, I've factored all that in. If you have medical issues, all those different things go into manipulating the macronutrients. And that's where the change is going to come. I would tell you that 80% of what's going to happen in the next 6 weeks to change your body is through the nutrition. I have done so many programs over the years that I do feel like I've really mastered doing macronutrients. A lot of people just use calculators. I don't do that. I sit down and I do my thing. And I feel like I've gotten really good at it over the years. So when you get those numbers, I would try in the second week and henceforth to really try to meet those numbers. And that's what's going to get you the results. If you signed up for our meal plan through the Faster Way, they've probably sent you an email. Did they send you an email, Tina?
Yes. I think so. I don't know. So many emails. I think they
No, I
did.
know you're probably inundated because I send emails every day and then they do too. Now, what I did for Tina and I will do for all of you, if you filled out the assessment, I actually write up a little meal plan for you. So if in the interim you're waiting for the Faster Way, the Faster Way is going to send you, if you bought their meal plan, they're going to send you a meal plan for the 6 weeks. Karen just gives you an idea of how to exactly meet your macros with a meal plan that's just for a couple of days. But it is showing you how to meet your macros. So that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, that's nice.
Which is nice, right? Because
Yeah,
you know how it is. And I keep it very simple.
Mm-hmm.
Karen's a simple cook. I am not here, but I'm by myself with cats. So my season of life is I have an empty house. So if you're somebody who has to cook for other people, you might not want my simple meal plan, but I'm just showing you how to meet your macros. We talked about the workouts. Let's talk about a little bit about mind shift or mindset shifts. If you're like me, I'm in my 60s, even in my 50s, I came out of a thing of thinking the more I did, the better off I would be. More cardio, more working out. I was the step mill queen. I was the cardio queen. I was thinking I was eating clean. But I got to tell you, the two things that offered me change as I went through menopause and perimenopause was macro tracking and strength training. So I got rid of I haven't been on the step mill in years. And I watch people get on it religiously every day. And I'm like, thank God I don't do that anymore. So I will tell you to train smarter, not harder. Trust the program. Sometimes pulling back is what your body needs. If you are someone who is coming to me and you've been eating below 1,200 calories, our app will not even go below that. So that's telling you that we are going to, children eat 1,200 calories, guys. I eat probably 2,200 to 2,400 calories. Now I'm very active. Did I put you guys at that calorie count? Probably not, depending on what your goal is. But I will tell you, if you were below the 1,200, I'm going to take you and really nurse you and get you to get above that 1,200 calories. And yes, we're going to eat carbohydrates. I could not function. My body could not function without carbs. Your body needs carbs. Your body needs protein. Your body needs fat. Those are the three macronutrients your body needs. So in our plan, which is a sustainable lifelong plan, it's not some crazy shred, it's not some crazy program, you're going to learn that your body needs all three of those macronutrients to function. Trust that. Trust the program. What I would tell you also is to stay off the scale. If you got on it for week 1, put that baby away, take pictures. And at the end of the 6 weeks, I want you to take the pictures of after. You don't have to share them with me. I would love for you to. And I don't have to share them with anybody, but I would love for you to share them. That's where you see the work that you've done. And sometimes the scale, if you weigh 130 starting, but you had 36% body fat, and then 6 weeks from now, you get on the scale and you weigh 130, but your body fat's at 21%, your body is going to look so incredibly different and feel incredibly different, even though you might weigh the same weight, because you've changed the composition of your body. So I would tell you, if the scale messes with your mind, weigh on it one time, put it away, trust the process, trust yourself to do the work, and I promise you, you will see composition changes. So the other piece I want to talk about is my role as your coach. You have access to me, as I said, every day. I'm not going to be pounding on your door, but I will tell you that I am accessible. So every day you can reach out to me via that text. Every day, if you don't like to text in that number, you're welcome to email me. You could, If you live in a different country, I have some folks who are in Spain, etc. We've set up WhatsApp. So I have the ability, if you're out of the country, to set up communication that way as well. Each week we will have a Zoom, so you can come onto that. If you can't make it, you can send me things that you want me to go over, and I'll make sure I go over them, and then I will send out the replay so you could sit down and relook at it. But I am here for you, and I would tell you to use me. The folks who reach out to me daily and that little text line are the folks I see really progress through the program. If you're somebody who just doesn't like to do that, that's okay. But if you really want to have great success, I would tell you to hold yourself accountable, right? You have to want it. You have to say, I'm going to do it. I won't prod you, but I would like for you to reach out to me and use me. Let's talk about some of the common questions that I see coming up. Supplements. So the only supplement I would tell you would be a non-negotiable would be creatine. I would assume most of you are taking it. If you're not, I do absolutely highly recommend it. You can go online, you can Google creatine. It's the most researched supplement in the world. Our bodies produce it naturally, but as we get older, we start to lose the ability to produce it. It does help with maintenance of muscle and helps you build muscle. I would start with 3 grams. It has no taste. 3 grams is a little teeny tiny amount. You can throw it in your drink. I typically throw it in my little water bottle I take to the gym. So every night I fill this up with my whatever I'm going to have. I put in here 5 grams of creatine. I use our collagen. It's not a non-negotiable, but I do use our collagen. I use 15 grams of that. If fasting bothers you, you could use BCAAs. Those are branched chain amino acids. They provide a little bit of energy. I don't think they're a non-negotiable, but I do think creatine is. So out of all the supplements, I would tell you to take creatine. Collagen second, BCAAs third. If you're going to use a protein powder, I got to be honest, I don't like the faster ways, so I wouldn't tell you to. It's hard to mix for some reason. I don't know why. So if you need some other protein sources, you can reach out to me. I have a couple of them that I can recommend. I have a vegan one out of the UK. If you sign up for their emails, you can get like 50% off. They'll ship it to your door, and it tastes amazing. It's called the Wonder Shake. I have some here from the United States that are whey based that taste good. I'm somebody, if I'm going to have a protein shake, it has to taste good. I'm not just gonna throw,
Exactly.
right? I'm not going to throw protein down my throat to
Yeah.
get it. Food has to taste good to me. Can you swap meals? Absolutely. So if I wrote up a sample meal plan for you and I put shrimp in there and you're like, lady, I hate shrimp, then just switch it for a different food that is of that macronutrient nature. So if it's chicken or shrimp, you obviously want to replace it with a protein source. If I put in asparagus and you hate asparagus, then pick another green vegetable, broccoli. If you hate all green vegetables, then maybe we need to talk. If I put a fruit in and I hate strawberries, we'll have blueberries. So you're welcome to swap out foods. Nothing is laid in stone. To be honest with you, macro tracking is really called flexible dieting because you're able to flex your food options to meet your macros. It's not that you have to be stringent and eat just the same food. What if you miss a workout? That was another question. No big deal, guys. You just move on. In fact, you will see in the Faster Way, we schedule the workouts to be strategic with our meal timing, our meal plan. So on Mondays and Tuesdays, in the first week, we didn't really talk about it, but in the second week, we do talk about it a little bit. Monday and Tuesday are low carb days. Those are low carb cycle days. So if you're somebody who is a low carb person, you come out of that lifestyle, keto, for example, you're going to love Mondays and Tuesdays. That is when your app will automatically take your macronutrients down to low carbs. On Wednesday through Sunday is when the app will take you to regular carbohydrates. You don't need to do any manipulation in the app. It will automatically adjust the numbers for you. So on Mondays and Tuesdays, it's 50 net carbs. Net carbs are tabulated by total carbohydrates minus whatever fiber you have. So On Mondays and Tuesdays, you want to eat food that has a lot of fiber because you want to get you're kind of tricking your body. You're able to eat more carbs, but you're lowering it down because you're taking in the fiber. What I do on those 2 days is make sure I have lots of berries, blackberries, raspberries, strawberries, blueberries. Those are full of fiber and low carb. Avocado, full of fiber. Like a quarter of an avocado has 9 grams of fiber. A half a cup of raspberries has like 6 grams. So these are all foods, and you can look them up, but those are foods that are low carbohydrate, but really high in fiber. So on those 2 days, you want to think about eating those type of foods so that you can have more food because you're negating it with the fiber. And to be honest with you, every day you do want to get 25 to 35 grams of fiber. The app has 25 as the minimum. Fiber, again, is easily gotten with the berries, and they're in season. So if you go out to my refrigerator right now, there's every berry in the world in my refrigerator because I can just throw it in and I know I'm getting my fiber. So that's a quick way to get it. Can you eat out? Of course you can eat out. When I go out to eat, I just make sure that the first thing I think is protein. What am I going to have on the menu that's going to be my protein source? I make that king on my plate every time I eat. So when I would go out to eat at a restaurant, I would always focus on making sure I have my protein. Your fat's going to come normally in all the food. You don't need to think about adding fat. Carbohydrates, pretty much the same thing. There's going to be carbs on the plate. There's going to be fat on the plate. So my main focus, if I were eating out, would be to really focus in on the protein. Can you drink during this? Can you drink alcohol? Absolutely. But if you're drinking every day, I would tell you to maybe relook at that and say, do I really want to do that during this 6 weeks? Now might be an opportunity to cut back and say, you know what, maybe I'll just have a couple of glasses of wine 2 nights or maybe 3 nights. Cutting back, I will tell you, will help with fat loss. So if you really are looking for amazing results, I would cut back on the alcohol. We are not looking for perfection in this program, guys. I am looking for progress. You will learn things as you go. So don't ever feel like if you send me your macro shot of your screenshot and it's just all over the place, that's okay. My days aren't perfect. Nobody's days are going to be perfect. I'm just looking for you to start tracking next week and get close to your macronutrients. And then as we progress into week 3, 4, 5, and 6, then I'm going to be looking for you to get a little bit closer to meeting your macronutrients within a 5 to 10 gram window. So I never want you to hit them on the head and be exactly on the macronutrient. I just want you to be around those. And how do you get there? How do you succeed in doing that? Little secret is to plan out your macros the night before. So I have a woman here in town, and she would come on and tell you, Susan Woody. She always comes back to me with a fast way. She's having a wedding or she has a special event, but she tracks her macros and plans out her meals the night before. And then she'll send me what she has planned and she sticks to it. And I use her in a lot of my social media posting because she gets amazing results. So planning ahead is staying ahead. You can plan the night before, and if a hiccup comes up in your day and a friend asks you out for lunch, well, then you go out to lunch. You just change what you had planned and go out to lunch. And that brings me to, I got so many things to tell you, but we're going to talk about tracking the macros. So if you guys hit your knife and fork at the bottom of your screen, there are different ways to track. And the beauty of being in the Faster Way now is that we've added artificial intelligence. So I'm going to have you guys hit add food. And you have a list of 7 different ways you can add food. You have our library of recipes. You could put in your own items. You could do a text search, which is typically the way it's always been done. You have to type in the food and then the search engine finds the food. Chicken breast, you have to do all that. You could scan a barcode. You could take if you're eating something that is in a package, you could scan the barcode and the food item will likely come up. Quick add is that you have the nutrition label in front of you and you just want to add the macros really quick. You throw in 18 grams of protein, however much fat's in it, how many carbs, and you just quickly tabulate that. The bottom 2 are where I want you to go. Those are using artificial intelligence. And those will save you so much time. I'm going to demonstrate how to use the voice logging. So if you tap on the voice logging, I'm going to hit start listening. I have 4 ounces of chicken breast, a half a cup of broccoli, 1/4 cup of quinoa, half cup of strawberries, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I hit stop. Artificial intelligence just gave me back all those food items and the macronutrients.
Mm-hmm.
All I have to hit is log. Now you do
Mm.
want to check it. I have a country accent, so sometimes it doesn't read things right. And I would never have 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I don't know where that came from. But anyway, you can quickly add it. You do want to check it, but you can add that. And that's how simple that makes it using artificial intelligence. The other one at the bottom, after you hit the knife and fork, is photo logging. So let's say you're out at a restaurant. Some of my friends at the gym and I go to the main ingredient. I'll have my plate. I take a picture of the food,
And it
and
works.
it is amazing. It will
Wow.
tell you you have 5 shrimp, you have a cup of quinoa, you have 1/4 of an avocado. It even got the dressing and all the other things. Now you got to check it, make sure, and you can't hide food under food. So if it doesn't see it, it's not going to try it. It needs
Yeah.
to see the food.
Uh,
But that's pretty amazing. They
great.
found that people who manually tracked through like MyFitnessPal, it was taking 8 to 10 minutes a day. If you use artificial intelligence, it will take you 2 to 3 minutes. So it's saving
That's
you
huge. Yeah.
5 minutes of a day. So no excuses, right? You can track speaking, you can track taking a picture.
It's great.
All right, now Karen's going to be quiet and I'm going to ask you for any questions that you have or anything you want me to go through on the app. This is the chance. Usually people have a lot of questions about the app, so now's your time because I can sit here and go through it with you.
And I think you can save foods as your favorites. So if you're eating something frequently, what do you just heart it and then it goes into your
Absolutely.
favorites or
So
something like that?
I have the same breakfast pretty much every morning. I have oat bran with whey protein, blueberries, and some almonds. So I made that a meal of mine, so I
Your
can
items,
just go in
okay.
and add it. If you
Wow.
accidentally add a food in and you don't want it to be there, you
Mhm.
just slide the food to the left and you can delete it.
Yeah.
You can take it out.
Okay. Great.
On the fasting timer, these are the most questions I get asked. The fasting timer, you want to go in and hit it. You want to edit it. There's a little purple pencil that says where it says fasting timer, that pencil.
Oh,
You
okay.
can edit your fasting time.
Ah,
So you
yes.
can pick 12 hours, you can pick 16. I do the 16, that's what's noted, or you can customize it,
Okay.
save it. I often forget to
Yeah.
break my fast, so I'll hit start my fast. Then there are little pencils by the time. Those little pencils allow you to edit again.
Ah,
So you can go back to the time that you started or stopped your fast with those little pencils here.
yeah. Okay.
Courtney, you're muted, honey.
Can you tell me, I'm sorry, can you tell me how you did the AI again, please?
Of course. So go down to the bottom of your screen. The second icon over is a knife and fork.
Yes.
You're gonna hit that. Then you'll see on the screen it says add food.
Yes.
Hit that.
Does
Now
it matter where, like meal 1, meal 2, whatever?
you probably, when you hit that add food menu, you probably got a pull down screen with those 7 things.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
The bottom 2 are artificial intelligence. It says voice logging or photo logging.
Yes.
So the voice logging, did you see me do that or didn't you?
Well, I was kind of trying to follow along, but go ahead.
I'll do it again. Oh no, I just didn't want you to be like, why are you doing that again? I'll do it again.
Okay.
So you simply hit voice logging.
Okay.
I'm going to hit start listening and I'm going to talk. 4 ounces of chicken breast, 1 cup of broccoli, 1/2 cup brown rice, 1 cup strawberries, 1 cup green beans. I hit stop and artificial intelligence just listed all those foods in that measurement. All I have to do is check it to make sure I spoke correctly, and then I hit log those foods.
Okay.
That's how I would log my food. I would not, unless I ate the same, if you have a recipe that you eat all the time, we're creatures of habit. To be honest with you, you probably all eat within a week the same breakfast a couple of times. I would go ahead and put that in as a menu item that I eat all the time so you can just quickly grab it. If you're having any trouble with tracking, if you guys go over to the fourth icon at the bottom of your screen, it looks like a little clipboard with a check in it. That is a resource button. If you scroll down through the resources, there are app tutorials. They are worth watching. They're 4 minutes long. They're short and sweet, but they show you how to use the app. So if you're having a hard time looking at me on here with it, I would go to those little tutorials and watch it for the 4 minutes, and then you'll know how to use whatever it is that you're struggling with in the app. So there's a custom tutorial, there's a fasting timer tutorial, how to edit your macros, etc. So those little tutorials are worth watching. Any other questions? These are good questions. And most people in the first week struggle with the app. I know I did. And that's why we do the first week as prep week, because we want you to not be struggling with it when you start to track, right? We don't want to overwhelm you. And again, tracking is not fun. So tell yourself, I'm going to do this because it's worth learning. Anything worth doing sometimes has a hard part to it. That's just part of the process. But is it worth it? Absolutely. Are you going to walk away from this with a lifetime skill? Absolutely. Can you change your body with macro tracking? Positively. So I can put somebody on a 1,500 calorie diet and have them go to McDonald's and eat junk. I can put the same person on a 1,500 or a different person on a 1,500 calorie diet tracking macros, and the composition of their body will be different from the sheer fact of what food they're putting into their body. Just like a bikini competitor, she gets on stage. She's not eating 1,200 calories. She's eating a lot of calories, but she is dialing in that nutrition to get the body to be the way it is through manipulation of her food. So you're doing an amazing thing for your body. I will tell you this program does work. You just have to be willing to work it.
Mhm. That's good.
All right, team, any other questions? If you don't have any other questions, you can, or you're shy and you don't want to talk to me on Zoom, you can obviously text me or email me. If you have filled out the assessment and I haven't gotten your assessment, I am trying to get through those today, but if you've gotten your assessment, you know now why it's taken me a while because I'm pretty
A lot. Yeah, it's really comprehensive.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's very comprehensive. I don't just flop and slop it out. I give you a full-fledged thing, so it's worth the wait.
Yeah, it's really, really good. So I guess there's no way to, because I have some of the, meals that they
Mhm.
have created, like the turkey quinoa zucchini boats, and then they have the ingredients. So if you change an ingredient, you can't change an ingredient on that particular recipe.
You can't, but you could go in, if it's a vegetable or something that's
Right, you could just,
vegetable, I wouldn't even worry about it.
right. Vegetables
To be
don't
honest
count.
with you, vegetables and fruits are negligent in their, most of them in their macronutrient count. It doesn't matter.
True. Yeah, it's true. Or you could always create your own food and go back in and make a recipe or something.
Yeah, like I eat,
Take
I
all that time.
I have like a goulash. I just throw turkey and edamame and everything in a pot. That's called my goulash.
Yeah,
And I've
yeah,
just made a recipe in my app because I eat it pretty often. So
yeah. So
that's
then
in
you
my
can just
app.
go in there
But
and
I would take the time if you're eating something very specifically all the time, go ahead and add it. I will tell you, if you like to cook, our meal, the recipes are amazing and they're not fancy pantsy. It's not like you have to spend a lot of time. There are amazing recipes in that app. When you hit that knife and fork and you hit add food, there's a recipe library. The
That's right.
first listing are Fastaway recipes.
Oh
You
yeah,
can go through that and you'll find tons of amazing recipes.
yeah. It's great.
But think protein first. Make that your king. Even when you start first tracking, always hit the protein. The fat, you're gonna see fat just comes on really quick. So you don't have to add fat.
No. Yeah.
And carbs are pretty easy to meet as well. All right, ladies,
Yay.
I'll let you go unless you have any questions. But I'm here, right? You know I'm here. So reach out if you need me. That's what I'm here for. And I want you to use me during these 6 weeks. Oh, you're welcome. Everybody have a wonderful day.
Thank you,
Bye,
Karen.
Tina. I'll see you at the gym.
Wonderful. See you at the gym.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.